These are the notes on solving quadratic equations using the square root method. Before you learned the graphing method. Now we're doing square roots. The next one after this would be factoring, your favorite, I'm sure. And then the last method would be using the quadratic formula. So here we go. Steps for using square root method. Step 1, you need to get the variable by itself. Usually it'll be x squared, y squared, w squared, whatever it might be, but usually it's x squared. Then you take the square root of both sides. And then your last step is to put this symbol in front of the answer. That's just a plus and minus sign, because the answer could be a positive 2 or a negative 2, something like that. Okay, so we have some examples to do. So let's do it. Let's see, the first one will be x squared equals 49. Okay, so step 1 would be to get the variable by itself. It already is, so I can move on to step 2, which is to take the square root of both sides. So for this, you do square root. And hopefully you know the square root of 49 is 7, but if not, you can use your calculator. The x squared button is, the square root button is the second button, and then x squared. And then you would do 49. Okay? Square root of 49 is 7. Put a plus and minus sign in front of it. That means the answer could be positive 7 or negative 7. And that works because if you square either one, you'll get 49. So 7 times 7 is 49, and then negative 7 times negative 7 is also 49. So that's why you have 1 plus, 1 minus. But that's all you do for that. And I know it looks super easy, but trust me that it will get more difficult eventually. Okay, let's look at number 2. D squared equals 34. Now 34 is not a perfect square, so on some of these you're going to need to round to 2 decimal places, the nearest hundredth. So when you do square root of 34, you get 5.8309, so that rounds to 5.83. So D equals plus or minus 5.83. And you might want to write somewhere, round to 100th. Okay, let's look at this one here. U squared equals negative 256. So in my calculator, let's do square root of negative 256. Oh, I can't take the square root of a negative number. Well, in Algebra 1, you can't take the square root of a negative number. Next year in Algebra 2, you will, because you'll get imaginary numbers and all that fun stuff. But for Algebra 1, you would write no solution. That is because, so let's say you said it was negative 16. Well, if you do negative 16 times negative 16, you're going to get a positive 256. And if you do 16 times 16, you're also going to get positive 256. There's no way to get a negative number when you're squaring things, unless it's imaginary, which you'll deal with next year. But for this one, it is no solution. Okay, now let's look at a few where you're going to have to do a little bit of work. So number 4 would be x squared minus 4 equals 12. So I don't have the x squared by itself, so I need to move that 4 over first. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. That gets me x squared equals 16. Now I can do my square roots. And that means x equals plus or minus 4. Okay, number 5. Y squared minus 1 equals 0. I'm going to add 1 to both sides. Y squared equals 1, and then I'll square root both sides. Y equals plus or minus 1. that's not too bad, hopefully. Number 6 is 16n squared equals 64. And please pause this so you can try it on your own. Okay, divide both sides by 16. N squared equals 4. Square root both sides. N equals plus or minus 2. Okay, so those were the one-step equations. Now we're going to do two-step. Okay, we have 3 more. We're almost done. Number 7, 5m squared minus 20 equals 0. Okay, so this is a two-step equation. So first you would add the 20 to both sides to get 5m squared equals 20. Divide both sides by 5. M squared equals plus or minus, whoops, I haven't done the square root yet. I was getting ahead of myself. Okay, so 20 divided by 5 is 4. Now I do the square roots. M equals plus or minus 2. My bad. Okay, number 8. 7y squared plus 0.12 equals 1.24. Oh, this looks like a fun one. So same steps that we did over here, I'm going to subtract first. So subtract 0.12. I get 7y squared equals 1.12. Divide the whole thing by 7. Y squared equals 0.16. Square root both sides. And let's see what this one is. Square root of 0.16 is 0.4. So y equals plus or minus 0.4 or 0.4, whatever you prefer. Okay, one more. Number 9. Although I feel like we should do 10 just because I don't like ending on a odd number, but I'll let it slide this time, I guess. Negative 8n squared minus 6 equals 306. So I'm going to add 6 to both sides. Negative 8n squared equals 312. Divide by negative 8. N squared equals negative 39. I can't take the square root of a negative number, so at this point I can write no solution. And when I say no solution, that just means if we graph it, it wouldn't cross the x-axis. It would be either above it or below it. It would never cross it. Okay, so that is it for your notes for today. The assignment is on the corner of my desk. It's a combination of square roots and graphing. But that's it.